Hi, it's Miss Gates. Nice to see you all again. Thanks for visiting your Media Google Classroom again. I want to say a big thank you to those of you who completed your quilt squares for the Principal's Book of the Month a couple weeks ago. Some of you guys drove all the way up here and dropped them off for us, and some of you sent them to me via Google Classroom, which is fantastic. Those are going up this week, so if you haven't sent that over yet, please do it quickly because it might not make the wall if we don't get it up there quickly. Also, good job on those of you who did your work last week and finished those questions about the stories that we read. So today I have a special treat for you. It's one of my favorite books. It's called The Dot, and it's written by Peter Reynolds. And I actually got to meet him last year when I was at one of the conferences. So that was really cool. He had some cool things to share about his life and some of the teachers that had influenced him in his life growing up, and kind of helped him actually come up with the idea for this story. So at the end of the story, I'm going to share with you what he said about one of his teachers. But for today's story, I have a special treat for you. I have some sound effects to make it a little bit more interesting while I'm reading the book. I just found this really cool app called the Novel Effects, and I'm going to use it to go along with the story today. So you'll have to let me know if you like them or not. All right, so we're going to get started. The Dot by Peter Reynolds. Let's get that. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm, she said. Very funny, said Vashti. I just can't draw. Her teacher smiled. Just make a mark and see where it takes you. Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. There. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper towards Vashti and quietly said, Now sign it. Vashti thought for a moment, well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name. The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn, her dot, all framed in swirly gold. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted a yellow dot, a green dot, a red dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the red, and she discovered that she could make a purple dot. Vashti kept experimenting, lots of little dots in many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw, he said. I bet you can, said Vashti. Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. Vashti smiled and handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. Show me. The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, Please sign it. The end. So did you like the sound effects? Wasn't that so cool? I hope you liked the book today. I have a question for you that is just a simple question today, but I'm going to ask that you type it in response in the classwork section. The question is, and it's a quote by Peter Reynolds. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the end of the book too. I'll do that in a second. All right, the quote that Peter Reynolds says, "Make your mark and see where it takes you." So I want you to think today about where you think that you could make your mark in your life. And it could be something that you could do today, tomorrow, next week, or maybe even when you're out of school and you're big and all grown up and you've got a job. If you want to make your mark and see where it takes you, I want to see what you think that you can do to make a difference in this world. So I wanted to share with you in the back page of the story, it has dedicated to Mr. Matson, my 7th grade math teacher who dared me to make my mark. So Peter Reynolds has written a ton of books, and they're really, really cool books. And he's also done some work in video and in movie industry as well. And he's done all kinds of really cool and neat things for kids and for literature. So he even has a store that you can visit if you want to. So that is my assignment for you for the week. And take a minute to think about it and type your answer in the classwork section. I hope you have an awesome rest of your week, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.